Dogecoin is one of those cryptocurrencies that rose a lot of eyebrows back when it was being explored by people worldwide. Dogecoin has been able to bring in a lot of people together and could make a serious impact on the market. So as the market flourished for it and the community kept on expanding, we saw some massive spikes in the prices which were pretty short-lived. What do you think must have happened, and does it have enough potential to be able to beat the top cryptocurrency Bitcoin? Even if it was one of the most potential ones, how long will it be before we see a massive revamp in the prices, and at what rate can we expect it to happen? Welcome back, crypto followers. Today, we are here to discuss the unusual trend that Dogecoin had set in the past, and the possible revamp that could happen in the present times. Continue watching till the end. Hit the like button and subscribe to ensure you never miss out on these important updates that could potentially be very fruitful for you based on the manner in which you apply these instances to your real life. Let's get started. Keep in mind that cryptocurrencies like Dogecoin, which are yet to make a long-term impact on the market, have a long way to go before they do that. This means that you can easily expect a lot of ups and downs along the way, which is pretty normal for any of those in the market. The spike in the prices of Dogecoin rose abruptly last year as the tech giant individual Elon Musk simply left a tweet praising the platform. It was found that the community took it positively and started making huge investments in this cryptocurrency. So, one of the major things that do stand out here is what could have been the reason that made someone like Elon Musk show interest in this anyways? From what it looks like, it doesn't seem to be a collaboration of a paid promotion in any manner. From what it looks like, this is a self-developed interest that Elon developed owing to the potential he saw in Dogecoin and the community that supports it. It has been one of the most valued cryptocurrencies in the world, and the market has been noticed going really high for this cryptocurrency. The market has seen a rise of more than 6,000% at some time in Dogecoin. All these factors do suggest that the cryptocurrency was short-lived. This is a certain fact. But what led to this situation, and what is the real reason behind all of this mess? Elon Musk tweeted about it multiple times following the rise. This led to the community getting even more motivated and making even higher investments in it. The funny part was that all of this happened through a few tweets by Elon Musk. Back at that time, Elon had not invested in cryptocurrency himself. All he was doing was teasing the market a bit and trying to figure out the potential this cryptocurrency may have if it continues to be the currency that could be taken to Mars. Yes, with Elon Musk's plan to take Dogecoin to Mars, a lot of people speculated that he probably will start accepting payments for his companies like Tesla in the form of Dogecoin. This did not happen for quite a while, and therefore was once again something that the community needed to figure out why. Dogecoin is a digital currency that can be bought or sold like an investment while being spent like money. Many questions about its authenticity rose. The members of the community gradually started thinking about the team behind it and the options it may have for developing and making progress in the times ahead. A lot of the members did speculate that the cryptocurrency may continue to develop at a pace even higher than this if the community went on supporting the cause for which it was there in the market. From where we see it, we think that there are chances for Elon Musk to have supported Dogecoin to ensure that people get away from Bitcoin. In other words, Bitcoin is one of the oldest ones in the market, which means that the technology is being used. This is not as reliable as the ones in the newer coins, such as Dogecoin. With this being the case, the chances are that Elon Musk, being the pioneer of all revolutionary changes in this world these days, decided to give this chance to become the better one to Dogecoin. The one cryptocurrency that had huge community support and had a good technology backing it up. It is a fact that Bitcoin has been accused of extensive energy use and the unsustainable means being deployed to run the cryptocurrency. The amount of energy being used is just insane. There are a lot of Bitcoin farms and people invest millions into them, which in turn uses a ton of power than what it may use under normal circumstances. Such allegations are very common for Bitcoin these days. When it comes to Dogecoin, one of the only problems we see that it may have is consistency. The recent dip in the community going entirely silent about it for a couple of months is the best example. So, what else do we have that makes this cryptocurrency stand out among others? How does it help the community? The answer to this is pretty simple. Just consider a few essentials in this case that will help you find the most accurate results. Number one is the supply. When it comes to Bitcoin, the supply is very limited. It has been set out at 21 million. This means that there will at no point in time be more than 21 million coins in supply at a time in the case of Bitcoin. This in itself is a value driving factor for Bitcoin. The limited supply turns the cryptocurrency into more like a store of value asset rather than being used for general day-to-day purposes. The vision that Dogecoin has is to ensure that the platform becomes the medium of exchange for the people who use it all across the world. They intend to make this into a form of currency that is widely accepted and will be valued, the same way we look at the dollar these days. Though this is a huge expectation to keep from a cryptocurrency that was initially dropped and treated as a joke, it looks like it turned pretty close to reality for a while. As a matter of fact, it may still be realistic, given that the community continues to provide the kind of support it needs. Dogecoin isn't widely used in the real world, despite the fact that cryptos are becoming more widely accepted as a means of purchasing goods. It has a few niche markets, such as tipping online artists with Dogecoin. Let us have a look at what the scholars have to say about it. Dogecoin is not so much an alternative deflationary numismatic instrument as it is an inflationary leisured exploration of community building around a crypto asset. This was stated by Usman Chauhan, an economist at the University of New South Wales Business School. He wrote this in a paper which he published in February last year. A lot of the economists and intellects have a good image and a lot of expectations from the cryptocurrency. This is what drives the market when it comes to digital currencies. The intensity of trust in them is what determines the prices. As the digital asset loses trust in the community, it starts losing value simultaneously. Therefore, one of the most important aspects here is the kind of support the community will be able to provide. In the case of Dogecoin, it has been pretty high. Launched on the 6th of December 2013, as we mentioned earlier, it was brought in as a joke. An IBM programmer, Billy Marcus, came in with the idea of starting up a cryptocurrency after being highly influenced by Bitcoin. The cryptocurrency did not make it a long way when it was launched, so the programmer gave up on this project. The project was left untouched for a long time, though it was still active in marketplaces. Later, when the meme culture started to spread, Dogecoin, mainly because of the mascot it has, a Shiba Inu dog, started attracting a lot of attention. When the community strengthened, many people started to invest in it at a very high rate. This was when Marcus decided on getting Jackson Palmer in and developing the entire platform to make it as better as possible. Marcus looked at all possible scenarios that could help him make this platform better than all others that exist in the market. So, the truth behind this cryptocurrency starts all the way from how it started and how it was taken over by the community all over the world. With so many options in this world of cryptocurrencies, it was important for the duo founders to bring in something that was not at all serious. This joke element is what brought a lot of interest into the life of this cryptocurrency. Perhaps this was one of the greatest reasons for the growth that this cryptocurrency has seen. The support from the community is what turned this joke into a reality, something that even the founders did not expect. For them, it was just a joke being brought in for the founders to have some fun. The price was too low when it was first introduced into the market. This meant that people were ready to take part in this joke, as it was so cheap back then. As a matter of fact, this was also the first time for a lot of investors in Dogecoin. It was all supposed to be a joke, a dummy to what the real life is. They had no clue that a cryptocurrency whose sole intention was to bring some laughter into the market would reach such levels. As the internet was created, a lot of people started expressing their views on various cryptocurrencies. With people with high political interests coming from the world of the internet, to be more specific, YouTube, chances of making an influence through this already spread medium were very high. These influencers have high credibility in the market, and their words are sold at high costs. This means that the world will now have something to rely upon and take reference from. In the case of Dogecoin, since it was just a joke, a lot of these influencers started taking it up and started bringing in a lot of progress as time passed. People started learning about its potential and the path they could travel if they invest in its journey at the right time. One of the biggest names when it comes to the influencers is the Doge father, Elon Musk. Elon Musk's influence gained such high popularity that the community decided to give him this title, which has never happened for any other cryptocurrency. Many people had a very high expectation from the recent Saturday Night Live, as they wanted Elon to speak something about it. Even though they were not fully satisfied, there certainly was a mention of this on the show that night. Elon Musk's love for Dogecoin was so deep that even his mother asked him if the gift on Mother's Day that year would be a few Dogecoins. The list of influencers has since then kept on expanding. We had Mark Cuban making an appearance, Snoop Dogg in it, and then we saw Mia Khalifa coming into this world of investment. As the investment kept on gaining a lot of popularity, the people started to have a day, especially for Dogecoin. This was called the Doge Day, and it as well made massive headlines. The price then passed over the 42 cents mark, and the objective the entire community had then was to somehow help it touch the very important $1 mark. As the $1 mark was so important for the entire community, it was found that there were a lot of chances that as soon as this mark was achieved, there could be a huge sell-off in prices. This, in turn, will mean a lot of problems for the entire community. Well, this was pretty expected. However, did it actually happen? Were we able to touch the $1 mark, and did the investors get everything they intended out of it? The answer to a lot of questions like this will be better unanswered because, as we speak right now, Dogecoin rests pretty calmly at the lower end of the chart, meaning thereby that there may not be a spike coming up in the times ahead. Certainly not as aggressive as it has been in the past. This leads us to a conclusion that maybe the days of glory for Dogecoin have come to an end. It has been a while since we heard of Dogecoin from the Doge father. Will the father abandon his own child? Only time will tell. Holding the coin as long as possible is considered to be the best way to make a good return on your investments. However, it is not necessary that it may work all the time. One needs to be proactive and be able to analyze the market when it is at its best and also when it is about to fall down and turn into dust. If you have a good idea about these two stages, the chances are that you will also find a good way of making an earning out of it. The last but more important element that gave rise to such a spike was the fact that the community was getting a lot of opportunities to make further investments as access to this cryptocurrency rose. A lot of people were getting access to this cryptocurrency as it was listed on a lot of new platforms, owing to the progress it had recently made. One of the most significant boosts here was when the cryptocurrency was listed on eToro, which had over 20 million users worldwide. The coin value went on to a new all-time high, and the Robinhood app started to crash. The reason for this crash was the sheer number of people trying to make use of the same platform to trade their investments. Such kind of an influence was not normal for the crypto community. It was not very common for them to see this happening again and again. Dogecoin was indeed the first one of them to have created such a massive spike in the market. The market for Dogecoin had a long way to go back in time. However, a lot of people were of the opinion that the drive that we saw was always meant to be short-lived. Those who made an advantage out of it will probably be the only ones who ever will. We may not even see this happening again. The truth behind all of this happening was the fact that people just massively started following the numbers and their favorite influencers. All big names here, including Snoop Dogg and Mia Khalifa, are the ones who have a massive fan base. In the world of cryptocurrencies or digital assets, in other words, this is more than enough to cause a major spike in the prices. Never to forget, Elon Musk, whose words have shaken the entire market from top to bottom, is also being hated for doing this with Dogecoin. A lot of people claim that he turned the market extremely volatile for Dogecoin, and in one way or the other, he too is responsible for what had happened with Dogecoin. With such great power, it was important for Elon Musk to be aware of his responsibilities. So, that is all we have for today. We will leave you with this thought on what kind of effect did Elon bring into Dogecoin. Let us know your views. We would love to hear your thoughts on it. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the post notifications to never miss out on any of the important updates.